We were just talking about children vomiting.
Thank you. That's such an interesting topic.
Jeannie drives a. She's not only a slave driver when it comes to dishes, laundry, housekeeping.
I did the dishes
etc.
this morning.
She's a slave driver when it comes to actually making it to the toilet when you're vomiting.
You got. Well, there's a backstory, right? Because Violet.
Just remember that's the camera.
Violet used to throw up in her sleep. It was kind of scary because, you know, if she was sick, you had to really watch her. But as she got older,
she would like literally just be asleep, like with vomit all over her.
You know what I
It
tell?
was, like,
I tell new
super
parents.
bizarre.
I go, at some point, you are going to catch vomit in your hands. At some point, you're gonna try and catch it. We were at a restaurant. Of course,
God,
Violet starts throwing, and I try to catch it. 'Cause you don't want them throwing up in somebody's restaurant, so you catch it.
She never watches the
I don't know if you've ever had that experience, but I always tell.
It was Kai at the sushi joint.
Oh, was it? I tell people you're gonna catch it, and I also tell them poop's gonna come shoot out the top of their onesie, off the neck.
Well, that's a punami.
A punami. That's so funny. Is this how you want to wake up?
So Violet, when she would have a stomach bug, literally, like, it got to the point where Jeannie was like, "You better make it to the toilet." Like, there was no empathy for her experience.
This is when she
whatsoever.
was like 12, 13, 14.
She needs her mommy.
I'm like, you better.
You better. No, there's no buckets in this household.
That's not true. That's not true. They got a bucket for like ever. And now that they're older, they can make it. You better make it.
Says the one, as soon as she's sick, she's like, "Will you bring me a bucket?"
That's not true. That is not true. I don't throw up in a bucket because I don't want to clean it. I always make it to the toilet.
Yeah,
I'll
so
lay on
welcome to the live stream.
Patrick makes things up sometimes. So Violet is going.
Yeah.
Fat Robin is fine. She'll probably she would just laugh.
She would totally laugh. And she actually made some comment the other day about Fat Robin. Like, I don't know if it was like during or after our live stream or something like that, but she knew that we had told you all the Fat Robin story. And she was like, she referred to herself as Fat Robin.
Yeah, she's our Fat Robin. We won't tell you the whole story, but we call her Fat Robin because we had a robin's nest where the fat robin threw the other robin out of the nest and killed it. And we don't. Of course, she hasn't done that to Kai, but she will throw him out of the nest if she can. So I know, isn't it so wonderful? We're talking about
who's Fat
vomit.
Robin now is Momo.
Momo's the Fat Robin in our house.
Like if you're cuddling with somebody else or if you give somebody else a hug, like he definitely wants to be part of it.
Yeah, he squeezes
in fact,
in.
it's like a guaranteed way to get him to do whatever you want to do is to be like, "Oh, I love you."
We just pretend, and then he comes over
and then he
squeezes in between.
He like tries to like work his way in between.
He gave me my ears and my inside of my ears and my nostrils are so clean this morning because that's how. And then my eye sockets. He like woke up this morning. He's just licking so aggressively.
She's like, "I'm being waterboarded," was what she said to me.
Yeah, because he's licking me
my God.
He's licking me right here so aggressively I couldn't even breathe.
So I think we're regarding the live stream, we apologize for the challenges we had yesterday. I think it's been like a process of elimination. Much like working on a sewing machine, it's kind of been chasing your tail a little bit to kind of iron out and figure out what has actually been the cause
we still don't know
of our problems. No, I'm pretty sure I have it ironed out.
Is it that another
You
device
gotta
goes
hold
on?
this steady for me.
Is that what? Because another device comes on?
Yeah, so, and I don't know, like I was trying to find last night some indication or some documentation to confirm what I think it is, but I think it has to do with how our Ethernet connections are managing bandwidth. I think it was directly related to the fact that I think in our house, it was related to, yeah, I'm not showing any frozen.
Marilyn and Karen, you talking about
I haven't seen any drop frames. So
I love it.
So our
his
broadcast here, just so you ladies understand how it works from our perspective, like I see the bit rate, I see how many frames, like every time a packet is sent during the stream, there's kind of a packet sent back saying that worked or that didn't work. And so
yeah, so we can. There's a number
we
that
can
shows
actually
us.
see what's happening. So if it's our problem, it shows up. So for a long time, when you guys would complain about freezing or something like that, we could see on our end that we weren't dropping anything. We weren't dropping frames. We weren't dropping packets. We weren't, like, our stream was clean. Lately, that stream has not been clean. And the only thing that I can deduce is Kai's directly connected via an Ethernet cable in our house. That was the only thing that changed in our house.
It's all on there.
And that caused us to have a bad stream from home on Monday. And then we have computers connected here. And I have a feeling that it has to do with how that bandwidth is managed on a mesh system with Ethernet cables, which may or may not mean anything to you guys. But so far, so good. The stream's been kind of perfect this morning. I'm using my computer hardware today. Tomorrow, if everything goes well today, I'll use our studio computer's hardware, and we'll see what happens there. Well, no, I'm just, hopefully in the next couple of days, we'll have this ironed out, and then those problems will be addressed.
So I think the demo, it was added to our feed from yesterday.
Yeah, so for those of you who haven't noticed, we actually recorded Technique Tuesday later in the day, and I added it to both our feeds on YouTube and on Facebook.
It was amazing. Michelle was continuous hooping with the new hoop.
So for those who haven't gotten the new hoop yet, the only thing that's really to be said about it is
They need it.
everyone that has taken that hoop home and actually used it has essentially, Brenda, it's 9:30 every morning, Monday through Friday. And so the everybody who's taken it home has ended up coming in and used it. That's a big thing, because I've asked people that are like, I haven't used it yet. But everybody who's actually used it essentially comes back into the store and talks about what they love about the hoop. And we didn't go through all the differences, but when I first saw the hoop, I was like, oh, this is really cool. It addresses a lot of the problems, and not that there are a ton of problems, but it addresses kind of all the concerns around using like regular snap hoops.
I think it's the stability and the hooping on the sides that it keeps everything.
Well, and like how tight you can get the fabric in there is pretty amazing. So, and we will do in the future actual demo around.
No, will it work on the 10? It won't work on the 10.
Yeah,
it will work on the 10 needle.
But will it work on the
Valiant?
It will work on the Valiant.
Yeah.
It will work on the Valiant and the 1050. It will not work on the Enterprise and the earlier machines, but there was an update that allowed it to work. Now, it doesn't work with auto split quilt sashing because you don't have auto split quilt sashing on the Valiant.
Not on the Valiant.
And you do on the new 10 needles, but it will work on the 10 needles. And once again, I think there's some pretty significant advantages to the hoop. So, and those are on sale. I don't know if we put the multi-needle hoop on.
We didn't.
If you want
volume,
that,
can you not hear us? I think everyone else is hearing us.
Yeah, turn your computer up. Paula?
Yeah, we had someone come in yesterday and they're like, I can never hear you.
Well, we had somebody come in 2 days ago that were like, you have no sound, and we just turned up the phone. It's because your phone's turned all the way down. It will work on the 1050.
Isn't that cute?
So
Class on. Sometimes I need
so-
your comments to be a little more specific.
so there will be a auto split. Like
Oh, yeah.
that we will have a class on the hoop for those who have the machines that can use the hoop. So
Really?
yes, at some point.
Are you teaching that?
No,
That means I get to
but
play with the
but
multi-needle one,
we're
huh?
we're gonna be doing some stuff. So, anyways, now you are freezing like crazy. Yeah, still no drop frames
Yeah,
here,
not
so
on
I think
not
we're
on our end because we
I think
can
we're
see.
we're fine.
Should I show them? Let's just talk about deal of the day before we get carried away. Class on the hoop. Deal of the day, because Valentine's Day is coming up right now,
yes.
is going to be this design, which is Love by Shannon Roberts.
Yeah.
And I know it's a little bit hard to see, and it's 30% off.
So that's one of the designs right
yeah,
there.
Love You to the Moon. It's so cute.
And